Hello citizens and welcome back. This is our match reaction to Chelsea 0, Man City 2 in the Premier League. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Let's jump into it. So Chelsea 0, Man City 2. We've got what we wanted. We got the 3 points. We kept a clean sheet. We scored a couple of goals and we've not even got the full first team back yet. Phenomenal result. An okay performance, but the result is what matters. Like I said, 3 points. It's a big win because we saw this game last year where it finished 4-4. So we've gone one better. We've got 2 extra points against Chelsea we didn't get last season. So yeah, well done, boys. But let's start off with the lineup. Like I said, the first team isn't quite back yet. So we start off with Edison in goal, Lewis at right back. It was Diaz, Akanji, and Guardiola left back. Then you got Kovacic in CDM. Well, he was in... he was playing the Roger role, basically. He was at DM. And then you've got Bernardo and De Bruyne in the middle with Docker on the right, Savinho on the left, Haaland up front. That's how we started. And you expect it in the first game of the season, away to Chelsea. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. No team really wanted to commit early on. No one was pressing. It was kind of a slow, friendly feel to it. And you can kind of see why Chelsea would do that. Because a couple of weeks ago, we played them in the friendly. They gave us 4 easy goals. They were absolutely diabolical in that first half, Chelsea. So you can see they were a little bit nervous. And their passing reflected that, I thought they were nervous. But City were quite nervous as well. It's like we didn't want to press them because we were wary of the long ball. Because whenever we did go up a little bit, Chelsea would try and play that long ball over the top. Jackson was caught offside a couple of times because City were holding the line fairly well. So we started to sit a little bit deeper midway inside that first half. And I think that paid off for us as well because Chelsea didn't really have anything going forward. You know, being the first game of the season, Palmer wasn't at his best. Enzo wasn't at his. Jackson was, he was a disaster up front for them. On Kunku on the left. So they weren't really getting much joy playing that long ball and trying to hit us on the break because we weren't letting them do that. And I think we got what we deserved. You know, Haaland got the goal. It was really well worked down the left-hand side. I think it was Doku into Bernardo or De Bruyne, someone. Gave it to Bernardo. Him on the stretch, flicks it onto Haaland, who holds off Cucurella, Fofana really well. Nice and strong from him. Nice and direct as well. Bullies his way through. Thinks it round the keeper, who came rushing out to him, and it was 1-0, and it was a great goal. But from that point on, we just kind of fell back into our old ways a little bit, like particularly in the friendlies pre-season, because we invited Chelsea onto us, and Chelsea did have a few half chances. They created openings for themselves. Their end product was not that there, and I think we got lucky because at the end of that first half, if we went in 1-1, I think that would have probably been a more fair result. I think we ran out of luck quite a bit because defensively, there's a few desperate last-ditch tackles late on in there. You know, I think we did get away with it a little bit. But talking about that first half in general as well, you know, City, Pep made a change there in that first half, which was quite important to us, I think. And I think that's how we managed to take the lead in the end. Because Doku starting on the right did not work for us at all. He wasn't getting any luck against Cucurella. You know, Cucurella was standing him up. And because he couldn't cut inside because he's right-footed, Doku, he didn't give Cucurella any really dilemmas because he knew he was always going to go on the outside, and Cucurella knew that, and he stopped him every time. So swapping Doku on the left, putting Savinho on the right. Savinho worked his magic a few times because left-footed he could go inside on the line, and he kept him guessing. And I think that's what we built on in that first half. And in the second half, I think we continued that as well. I know Savinho went off at half-time. Foden came on, didn't really get into the game, didn't see much of the ball. But Doku on that left-hand side was causing more problems to Gusto. You know, he's nice and strong, Doku, and he gets down the line. One of the things that we'll talk about a little bit later on is his end product. But it was good from seeing that second half because I think we managed it and we controlled it really, really well. And Chelsea just, I would say they ran out of steam, but they never really got going. And again, there were a couple of moments where our defence was a little bit last-ditch. But once we got our second goal through Kovacic, I thought we were good for the money and we should have done really well. And to keep a clean sheet, it's a big performance for us. 2 goals, clean sheet, 3 points. Great result. It's a great way to start the season. We go in next week against Ipswich in a really good position already. And you can see the boys are really happy about that because they'd fight hard. We didn't look entirely fit. And yeah, there's some big performances out there. But let's go into the player ratings. First off, Edison in goal. Edison in goal. He's had a bit of a nightmare, Edison, today, I think. I think he got lucky. Chelsea, they put the ball in the net at one point. I think it was Jackson that put it in from a Palmer shot. Edison spilled it. He really shouldn't be spilling that. He should be saving it. It was a really easy save for him to make it. And a couple of times he dropped the ball. He came out for a cross in the second half, dropped it at the back post. There was another one late on with a shot on Enzo, I think it was, where straight at him and he's fumbled it. He fumbled up into the end, he caught it, no problem, but his handling today, pretty bad. In defense, you look at Lewis. I think Lewis stepped up big today. I think Lewis was absolutely fantastic. He gets up and down the pitch really well. He's not the tallest of players, but he will jump for the ball when it's in the air. He will challenge the attackers, which I like. He's good with his feet. He gets forward. And when he gets forward, he's really good as well. So he's, Lewis for me, big performance from him. I think he's one of our better performers. I'd put him in that, probably our top 4 performers today. He's fantastic. Diaz and Akanji at centre-half. Akanji today, there was a couple of moments where he tried to step up and win the ball, particularly on Enzo. He tried to win the ball. And if he wins that ball, great, because then our counter-attack, we're like 3-on-2, 3-on-1 if he wins that. But he didn't win it. I don't remember him winning it once. And he couple of fouls, which is okay too, because it does slow the game down. It means they can't get around him. But there's also a couple of moments where they did manage to roll him and break on us and he was out of position. So he's got to be careful of that, Kanji, when he steps up. But I think that's something going forward after a few games when he's up to 100% speed. I think that paid dividends for us. Diaz, big moments for him. There's a moment when he's always got his hands behind his back. He's always in the right position. He covers really well. There's a moment where Palmer flicks the ball over Guardiola's head in the first half and Diaz is there to sweep up. Another one in the second half where Cross comes in. He's got his hands behind his back, cuts it out really well. It was that cross when Kovacic was meant to have handballed it when everyone was whinging about that. It was never a handball, but it was the cross that he blocked from that. So Diaz and Akanji worked really well. Diaz is a proper leader, and if he's up to 100% speed in a couple of weeks, he's probably, for me, best centre-half in the league. So he's really important for us. Guardiola on the left, I think first half, his passing was a bit shaky. I think he watched Palmer really well, though. And again, other than a couple of moments where he got past him, he stands up well. He's good on the ball. Did his job, basically. I don't think it was his best performance, but it will do. Part of the back four that kept a clean sheet. You look at CDM, you look at Kovacic. For me, man of the match, I think he was phenomenal today, Kovacic. And he might get it because of his second goal, but he was really, really good. In the first half, he was the one we could rely on to keep hold of the ball. He was the one breaking the lines. In that second half as well, there's a couple of moments where he'd skip through challenges. And you saw it with the goal as well. He took his goal really well. He goes past 2 players. Goes past, I think it was Enzo and Fofana really well. Skips past. Goes to shoot in the far corner. Gives the keeper the eyes. Instead whips it near post. Keeper probably should be saving it, but it's a good goal. And again, Kovacic. I saw a video a couple of weeks ago about saying he was one of the worst signings of the Premier League last year. Phenomenal player. For me, last year, if you remember going back, I said I really liked him on the ball. He's really good off it as well. He holds it so well. His feet are really good. And we saw it again today. So for me, man of the match. Kev, didn't say a lot of him, but he only played like 2 minutes of injured time against United. He's not up to match fitness. Wasn't his best game. Couple of shots that went wide that I think he should be doing better with. One in the second half where he tried to bend it around Cucurella when he should have given it to Foden. And I think, again, in a couple of weeks, he's giving that to Foden rather than taking the shot on himself. But he did all right. And in the first half, he seemed to be man-marking Palmer for a lot. But he was just following him around the pitch and keeping him away from it. But he does what he does best when he gets into the game. When he's on the ball, he's dangerous. Bernardo in the middle. Great performance from Bernardo. Sets up the goal for Haaland. And for me, Bernardo today, he was really giving it to the Chelsea players. So when Cucurella went off when he was on the floor, giving him shit. I love that from Bernardo. And people call him a shithouse. Some rival fans hate him for some reason. But how can you hate Bernardo? He's fantastic. And he's 5'7". I think he's my height. What's he going to do to them? But the way he winds players up, I absolutely love that from Bernardo. And I like it from the players in general because it shows that they care when they do that, when they get stuck in. And he's not afraid of a challenge and he's not afraid to go up against someone bigger than him. So nice, solid performance from him. And I think him and Kovacic in the middle today, letting De Bruyne just do what he wants. Really big in point. Right side, Doku. Like I said, first half, I think he was terrible. I really do think he had a bad game. A couple of poor crosses. Passing was bad. Second half got slightly better. But again, moments when he should have shot, moments when he should have crossed it. And the thing about Doku, and it's not just him, it's everyone in general. They keep holding the ball too long. So Guardiola a few times. So Akanji a couple of times. De Bruyne as well. The reason Haaland gets so many goals compared to other strikers is not because of all the chances they create for him. It's because he just takes his chance. He doesn't mess about. He's not going to take 5 touches when he can just shoot the first one. And for me, Doku's got to learn that. His end product has to be better. And I'm not riding off last season where I don't think he was that great anyway. I would have given him a 6 last season overall. This season, he needs to improve. His end product has to be better. Today, didn't show it. But you know, when he's running down the line, when he's knocking the ball past players, I think he's really good. And he gets in the box and he has a whole picture in front of him. He just makes the poor decision every time. And the number of times he has a chance to go down the line, but he cuts back, winds me up as well. Got to do better. Left-hand side, Savino, I think he looked good in the first half. Of course, he went off at halftime injured, but I think he looked good. Much better on the right-hand side when he can cut in with his left. You know, keeps the defender guessing. But yeah, didn't see much of him. But when he's on the ball, he does look sharp. And then, Wells, Haaland up front, does his job. Rival fans will say he ghosts. Rival fans will say he only touches the ball 6-7 times. I don't care. He scores. And I think he took his goal really, really well today. Like I said, the ball from Bernardo, the little touch to him was really good. Holds off 2 defenders. And then dinks it over the keeper. Fantastic goal for him. And he's up and running, you know. And that's what we signed him for, just to score goals. But also his link-up play is really, really good. It's something that never gets enough credit. His link-up play is good. In that second half, there was a ball, like a couple of moments where the ball goes over the top from Edison, and he flicks it on, and he always finds his man with it. When he's fouled in the middle by Fofana, he whips the ball out to, I think it was Doku who whipped the ball out to, but he was fouled in the process. He's so good, Haaland. I really like him. And it's not just for his goals either. He plays a massively important game for us. He keeps the centre-halves busy the entire game. He's always making runs, always keeping them guessing. He's nice and strong, and he's a bit of a bully, which is what you like to see. And that's it, really. You know, Foden came on, like I said, he didn't really have much of an impact, didn't really see much of the ball, but he did his job enough. It's a big game, this. Going away to Chelsea and winning 2-0 is big for us. And we did just about enough. There's a couple of defensive lapses, sure. And there's a couple of moments where I think we could make better decisions, but I think that will come in a couple of weeks' time, hopefully. And when the first team are back up and running properly, well, it looks like the players keep their hunger. It looks like they're hungry for another Premier League, so yeah, we go again, and like I said, it's going to be a great week for us. Great success. And last thing to finish on, it was never handball from Kovacic. It was point-blank range. You can't give handball for that. It's madness. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for checking. Oh, before I go as well, Anthony Taylor's booking of Haaland is absolutely diabolical. Haaland trying to get a shot away, catches the play. It's not even a foul, and he gives him a yellow card, which is madness. But yeah, other than that, thank you very much. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. 2-0 City, 3 points. We go again next week. Bye-bye.